The pectoralis major runs across, while the pectoralis minor goes down right here. The latissimus dorsi is this one right here. The masseter is a jawbone, and then you have the temporalis. The clivotrapezius is up here, then the clivodeltoid will run right here. The levator scapular ventralis will be right here, The acromiotrapezius goes around here where the shoulders are at. The spinodeltoid is this one right here. The spinotrapezius is the V shape down here.
So for muscle set B, we have the dorsal epitrochlearis, and then we have the triceps brachii long head, and then the triceps brachii lateral head.
For muscle set B, there is the gluteus maximus up here, then the tensor fasciae latae is going to be right here. The caudofemoralis is near the tail, while the semitendinosus is more here. The biceps femoris is this muscle around here. The sartorius will go here, and disjunct also here, and then the gracilis is here.
We have the teeth. We have the central incisors, which are in the front. Then we have the canines, which are the sharper ones on the side, and then the premolars on the side of the mouth. Then we have the esophagus. The esophagus lies underneath the trachea and runs down here. So this is the esophagus right here, and it's going to run into the stomach, which is right here. Right here we have the cardiac sphincter. It shows between the esophagus and the stomach and prevents food from going up the esophagus. Then we have the pyloric sphincter, which is going to be connecting the stomach to the duodenum, which is part of the small intestine, and it prevents food from going from the small intestine back into the stomach. We have the gastric rugae, which is inside of the stomach, and it helps the stomach expand. Here we have the pancreas. It's this part right here. And then we have the liver. The left medial lobe, left lateral lobe, right medial lobe, and then right lateral lobe. And then we have the quadrate lobe right here in the middle. So in the small intestine we have the duodenum, which is very close to the stomach, which then goes to the jejunum and then to the ileum. After that we have the large intestine, which starts off with the colon, then goes to the rectum, and then to the anus. So for the stomach we have the lesser curvature, which is right here, and then we have the greater curvature right here.
The mink and the man have a pectoralis major for the upper arm. Humans have a trapezius, and mink do as well, except it is separated into 3 different ways: the clivotrapezius, the acromiotrapezius, and the spinotrapezius. The same goes for the deltoids that are separated in 3. The latissimus dorsi is the same, as well as the triceps brachii, the external obliques, and the gluteus maximus. The biceps femoris is also another similar muscle between the man and the mink, except the biceps femoris in the mink is much larger. The peristalsis is an involuntary movement of the canals of internal organs that help push the contents in the canal forward. The omentum is a large layer of adipose tissue that goes over the stomach. The omentum stores fat and regulates the immune system. The mesentery is not a tissue, it is an organ located around the intestines that also store fat, but also supplies blood and nerves to the intestines. The common bile duct is what carries the bile from the gallbladder to the small intestine. The accessory organs of the digestive system are the salivary glands, the liver, the gallbladder, and the pancreas. They're called accessory organs because they do not actually partake in the digestive process. The function of the teeth, the premolars, the canines, and the incisors is to tear and crush food. The esophagus manipulates food from the pharynx to the stomach, and the stomach is what stores, breaks down, and digests food. The duodenum is what processes the digested food and stomach acids. The liver and its lobes regulate bile and waste. The gallbladder stores and delivers bile to assist in digestion. The pancreas secretes enzymes like pancreatins to break down fats and proteins. The jejunum absorbs nutrients like the sugars and the fatty acids. The ileum helps with supporting the upper body. The rectum is a temporary storage for waste, and the anus is what actually regulates the excretion of waste.